It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, Tucker's sick fantasy. Why was Tucker Carlson fired? Nobody really knows the answer, but the smart money has been on the release of Fox News internal documents for the now settled Dominion voting systems lawsuit. Something he texted to a colleague, but that was redacted for the public. The New York Times recently got hold of an unredacted Tucker text, and it means the newspaper is asserting that they have the answer to our question. In this text message, Tucker meditates on his having seen 3 MAGA hats mercilessly beating someone described as an Antifa kid at a protest. The former Fox News host acknowledges the immorality of such an action because, get this, that's not how white men fight. Yeah, right. But he also expresses a strong desire to have joined these right-wing thugs in their violent street revelry. The Times tells us that this was the straw breaking the camel's backs, that it forced Fox executives at last to fire him for being racist and pro-violence. Of course, observers on the left immediately noted that Fox executives historically are just fine with racism and right-wing violence, so it's likely that this text is not the reason Tucker was fired. Nonetheless, Tucker's text is telling. It reveals the now widespread, seething, visceral, irrational, murderous hatred conservatives have for the left. I mean, I don't like conservatives either, but nor do I hate them, not like that. I greatly prefer that they learn the errors of their ways, join the rest of the nation moving forward into the 21st century, not beat the fucking shit out of them. But here we are. Conservatives, as a culture, harbor in their hearts nothing but sadism toward outsiders, a feeling so strong that if you're not really a conservative, if you feel differently. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Liberals support abortion, so they're baby killers. Liberals are socialists, so they're oppressors. Liberals are anti-American, so they're traitors. Liberals are secularists, so God hates them. Liberals are groomers and pedophiles, so they prey on children. Every which way conservatives describe liberals is a justification for torturing and killing them, which is no surprise at all, really, coming from the same people who cheered on Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib, who relished every bloody moment of Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ, who delight in seeing immigrant children stolen from their parents. All of this is manifest in Tucker's sick fantasy about joining the mob and brutally beating an Antifa kid. I am reminded of the rhetorical tactic conservatives use to deflect criticism of their dangerously lax attitude on regulating guns. It's mental health, they say, not the guns. Well, okay, but when an increasing percentage of gun massacres is decidedly right-wing in nature, as with the shootings in Allen, Texas last weekend, one has to ask, is it conservatism itself that's the mental illness here? Because when you have a large group of people who are as driven by hate and violence as the conservatives are, that looks a lot like crazy to me. I'm Ron Reader, and this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Tucker's text is telling.